Hi Taurus, here is a general look at your solar chart for June 2014, and actually there's some really nice energies influencing your sign this month, apart from this long-running one of Saturn in your opposite sign. But apart from that, there are some really lovely flowy energies with potential, and that would be mainly to do with Venus, but a little bit to do with Jupiter as well. Venus, the planet of beauty and harmony and physical balance, your ruling planet, the planet of the arts, and just being sociable and just really feeling that you want to step out into the world with a smile, and the world greets you with a smile because that's the way it works. And you probably have more opportunities to socialize, mix and mingle, meet and greet, but also have a makeover, buy yourself a dress or a nice, whatever t-shirt, do something with your hair, get scrubbed up, work the energy. Also, it's a good time for negotiating for things, getting your hands on things. You could tend to get a better deal with Venus here. And generally just feeling more balanced within you. Always, the planets are going to incline to this or that or the other thing, and this is what she will incline you towards. And she'll incline also others to see you in a very good light, to see you as attractive, charming. Why wouldn't they like you, and indeed, why wouldn't they? Others could even go further than that and see you as a valuable asset. So yes, so anyway, it's Venus is there, but we've also got Mercury lining up with Jupiter as well, and also we've got something else lining up with Jupiter. What is it? Oh yes, it's going to be the Sun lining up with Jupiter. So this is all good news. This is all good news. Now, until the 21st, the Sun is actually in an area to do with finances and property and kind of Venusian things, really. And all of those will tend to have your attention. Themes will be centered around stuff and basic stuff, and also anything that you could be doing to improve incomings or get sorted out with your resources, and the budget, sort of improve things there, and just getting organized on a practical, material, physical, to do with health and diet as well, level. And until the 17th, Mercury is underpinning Venus in a very outgoing, chatty sort of an area of your solar chart, and there's likely to be perhaps more interchanges with others, on Skype or the net more, or it could be that you're getting out and about more, and it also could be that there's more to get your head around. Maybe there's more correspondence, that kind of thing, paperwork. From the 17th, conversations tend then to have a very practical slant. You're wanting not so much to know about the what, but the how, the mechanical sort of details, the physical side of things as well, and looking into how to improve things and get everything working in a way which is going to meet your requirements, your needs, or maybe it's somebody else's requirements. And you could be having conversations about material security or material objects or possessions, or in fact going in for negotiating, thrashing out a deal with somebody, which is really quite practical, you see. So thinking along these practical lines. And then from the 21st, the Sun does move into a very sociable, busy area, and you could be meeting and greeting or connecting over the wires, corresponding, sharing what you know, sourcing information. This is the same area as Jupiter, and during all of these months since last July. So it would have been an ideal time to be learning new stuff. Particularly Jupiter's good at teaching you through hands-on practical experience, which is right up your street, Taurus. And It's a time for you to grasp things. It's a time for new territories to be carved into your mental landscape. But it's also a time for you to be disseminating information, putting not just information out there, but your knowledge, your experience, your history, your whatever, you know, instructions on things, advice, just doing whatever it is that comes naturally to you at this stage in your life. Now, from the 24th, Venus is in an area concerning money, property, possessions, and other basic stuff. So overall, it means that you can do okay in financial negotiations. It's a great time to get yourself a good deal, to strike yourself a bargain in some way, and maybe to go in for a little bit more retail therapy, basically. Now, until July, Mars is in the area related to daily chores. This is a super mega long transit, and actually this is the last full month that Mars is going to be there. It's been there since last November, December. So you need to be looking after health matters. You need to be looking after business, work, equipment, keeping up with repairs and maintenance, just the ongoing to-do list on a daily sort of basis. It's just needed with Mars in that part of your chart. It's just needed a little bit more of your effort ongoing there, and so try not to overstretch your energies, because this area, you know, it is also about health matters, and you don't want to be overstretching yourself or tripping over your shoelaces. But Mars does tend to stir things up as well, so there can be crossed swords with others, co-workers, colleagues, that kind of thing, on how to do something, what's the best way to do something. But also it can be to do with equipment, maybe vehicles, maybe other sorts of equipment as well. And that causes you a little bit more of a headache, a little bit more of a problem. But on the other hand, you can be extremely successful with Mars here regarding health, diet, therapies, remedies, the work in progress, employment matters, the job, because you really do want to run after things, follow things up, and put a lot of drive and decision and initiative into this area here. Mars does rule surgery, so just for some, there can be a medical intervention of no matter how small a way, because in the days when Mars was given its correspondences, what it corresponded to, we didn't have lasers and stuff like that. So I suppose if a laser was sort of cutting, then that also could be connected with Mars, couldn't it? But in the area of work and health matters, you need to be more of a self-starter. You need to be a little bit more out front in making the decisions and not waiting for others to make decisions for you. And now this month, Mars is rolling forwards. It wasn't up until the 19th of May, but it is now rolling forwards. So that does mean that every now and again you could be feeling a little bit at odds with someone's certainties or opinions or convictions, because they just don't sit very well with you. But depending on the situation and the underlying chart, natal energies of the chart, life could suddenly take off in a new and hopefully better direction regarding this area here. And it is also an area to do with service, so it could mean that it's even more incumbent upon you to be of assistance, to help somebody, to support somebody, or indeed it's incumbent upon you to look after yourself more. And Jupiter, well, until next July, Jupiter's in a very upgoing, upbeat frame of mind. And I sort of touched on Jupiter earlier, so let me just flick across to Saturn, because I haven't mentioned Saturn. Saturn's in, as many of you will know, in your opposite sign in a very long transit starting October 2012, due to finish, except for the very, very last degrees of Taurus, due to finish for a little pause on the Christmas Eve, I think it is, this year. But then it does just peek back round the door jamb for a few months, for the very last degrees of Taurus in 2015, for about 3 months, I think that is. So really, the official ending will be in 2015, but it's near as damn it over by the end of this year, or rather Christmas Eve this year. And this is you in a cycle of having to be more careful and more maybe modest and humble, and or it can be more flexible and more understanding and sympathetic and compassionate. It can work in various ways with those in a one-to-one sort of scenario, in close relationships, partnerships as well. And you will just be made very keenly aware of their standards, their plans, their requirements, their aims, their pitfalls, their misgivings, their just how what is turning up for them in life is having quite maybe a limiting, challenging knock-on effect for you in your life. And you are having to be more responsible as well towards others in close relationships. Now, this can be altogether a good thing in your choice, because you want to take on that responsibility, you want to take on that commitment. But whatever it's about, whether you're learning from somebody, whether you're just there as a protector and a guardian, whatever it is, or indeed a spouse, a mate, your partner, a co-worker, a colleague, it will be gradual. It will be over long swathes of time that this thing that is supposed to be happening through this person or with this person is slowly coming together. And actually, if you're in the earlier part of Taurus, you know, you may have come to a completion point already. But it's not usually until the transit is over completely that you do feel as though, okay, that's that one, done, dusted. That's, you know, we've come to this resolution here. We've come to this completion, and it can make or break a relationship. So if it makes the relationship, you want to step into a more sort of formal, a more formal situation with the person. Or just, you know, sign up to be a more regular contributor or regular presence in their life, or indeed it can be the breaking a relationship where you just agree to go in your two different directions. So yeah, and just be grateful for the experience and for what you've learned, and move on from that. And back to Jupiter. Well, Jupiter, you know, has you developing yourself through media, through communications, really reaching out further into new and maybe unfamiliar areas with the communications and information technology, so the communications equipment that we've got, but also with the type of apps and programs and all of this stuff that you can use, which just broadens your world, expands your world, and also with this study maybe you really broadening your knowledge base, growing your database, maybe sourcing information and separating the wheat from the chaff, because not all information is of worth to you, and you should be very much feeling in a more positive frame of mind during this long Jupiter transit, which is due to end this coming July actually, so just next month. And that's it for June. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to the forecast for those. And also you can see all this written up on my website, and there's various other things on my website as well, so have a look at that, and I'll see you the next time.